said that, I said that thanks because I knew that you'd all said thanks, and it's funny that. It's funny because you can only transmit if you receive, and that's a very, very sore point with us humans. Why is it like that? Nicky, my child, he stands there with the wind in his hair, wondering whether the water, the wind or the where. I fear that someday he might ask me if mine is the blame. I've got no reply, save to tell him it's all just a game. And Heather and I lay together, and I was in love. She weighed up the gains and the losses and gave me the shove. The fear of mankind's untogetherness pounds in my heart. The deceit of my friends, the betrayals of which I am part. And how the sea she roars with laughter, hey, howls with the dancing wind. To see my 2 feet standing here, questioning. And I'm just a social experiment tailored to size. I've tried out the national machine and the welfare surprise. I'm the rich man, the poor man, the peace man, the war man, the beast. The festive consumer who ends up consumed in the feast. And my 5-eyed promoter is clutching 2 birds in the bush. He's a thief, he's as bad as the Joker, they're both in the rush. He's telling me Gandhi was handy, Jesus must have sold his ring. And everyone knows that this dough's gonna make me the king. And how the sea she roars with laughter, hey, howls with the dancing wind. To see my 2 feet standing here, questioning. Meanwhile the ticket collectors are punching their holes into your memories, your journeys, and into your souls. Your life sentence starts and the judge hands you down a spare wig, saying get out of that and goodbye old boy, have a good gig. While the town label makers stare down with their gallery eyes, point with computer-stained fingers each time you rise to the rules and the codes and the system that keeps them in chains, which is where they belong, with no poems, no love, and no brains. And the high the sea she roars with laughter, howls with the dancing wind. See my 2 feet standing here, questioning the addicts are numbers who serve to perpetuate trash, one man's opinion. And how the sea she roars with laughter, howls with the dancing wind. See my 2 feet standing here, bubbling. And the bankers and tycoons and hoarders of money and art, full up with baubles and Bibles and absolutely full of no heart, who travel first class on a pleasure excursion to fame, are the eyes that are guiding society's ludicrous aim. And the village is making its Sunday collection in church. How holy. All those shiny shoes and new hats and all those gods. The village is making its Sunday collection in church. And how the sea she roars with laughter, hey, howls with the dancing wind. See my stupid poetry rambling. The pinstripe sardine come magician is packed in his train, censoring all of the censorship that is filling his brain. He glares through his armor plate vision and says, insane. The prisoner is taking his shoes off to walk in the rain. And the luminous green prima donna is sniffing the sky. She daren't tread the earth that she's smelling, her birth was far too high. Her bank balance castle is built on opinion and fear, which is all she allows within 300 miles of her ear. And how the sea she roars with laughter, howls with the dancing wind, to see the dying lying there, hoping. your pedestal values. I've seen your good and I've seen your bad. If you really believe them, your passing is gonna be very hard. I've thought through our thoughts, and I know that it's blind, silly season. Because when our reasoning is trying to fathom a reason, and if you really know it's all a joke, but you're just putting me on, well, it's sure a good act that you've got, 'cause you've hardly ever let on. But if all of that super sale overkill world is for real, well, there's nowhere to go, kids, so you might as well start to freewheel. And how the sea she roars with laughter, hey, howls with the dancing wind. See my stupid poetry suggesting and I had this dream in here, same time as standing awake. These various visions rushed through as I giggled and quaked. The distant guns thunder my end, and I duck for a while. Until Lilia's handing me candy, she chuckles, I smile. And our village is where I was born, and it's where I will die. I'll never be able to leave it, whatever I try. And the ebb and the flow of the forces of life pass me by, which is all that I'll know from my birth to my last gasping sigh. Sea she roars with laughter, hey, howls with the dancing wind. To see my 2 feet standing here, questioning and my time. The blood fire, wine and rhyme that fills my dream reminds me of an atom in a bubble on a wave that held its breath for one sweet second, then was popped and disappeared into fruitful futilities, meaningless meaning, meaningless meaning. Under the toadstool of a down by the dream, everything flowing over, rainbows downstream, silver the turning water, flying away. I'll come to see you sooner, I'm on my way. that I'm looking straight through, and I get it. And there's a doorway that I'm ducking into to forget it. Flashing just beyond the sky, the shattering midnight gathers, and reminding me behind my mind, the earthquake, the sunflakes flutter over the mountain fairground. Candy floss day under the moonshine fountain. I'm on my way. Lemon tree blossom ladies pouring my tea. Afternoon blue sky breezes following me. There's a river that I'm making it with, and I know it. And I'm floating till I don't care where. I'll just go it. The flashing just beyond the sky, the shattering midnight gathers, and reminding me behind my little mind, the earthquake, the sunflakes flutter. Daffodil, April petal, hiding the game. Forests of restless chessmen, life is the same. Tides in the sand, sun lover, watching us dream. Covered in stars and clover, rainbows downstream. And the question in the great big underneath is forever. And the fanfare that I'm forcing through my teeth answers never. But flashing just beyond the sky, the shattering midnight gathers. The pumpkin coach and the rats approach, and the wind is devouring the ashes.
Thank you. I'll see you all again in a few minutes because I've broken another string and I'm going to have to put that on as well. But you can take a rest now, put the fans on and have a ball. I'll be back in a bit. This is just a little song. Thank you, man.
I've been walking all over the place, now I'm walking back again. I've been smiling all over my face, I wonder where the hell I've been. Won't you take me by the hand, divided by my brain? I'm feeling all the Saturday of failing to explain. And I've been walking up into the air, following my airplane. One of these days we're gonna land somewhere. Do believe you're all insane. And I brought home a piece of cloud to stick it in a jar, to stuff it on the mantelpiece to tell me just how far. And Mum's just bought herself a leaning post. It's made of words and pages. Says God gives us all our daily toast, but Dad still earns the wages. And I just bought a jigsaw puzzle. It's made of cotton wool. When I've undone every piece, the truth will fill in my skull. And I've got a brother and he's 1 year old. He wears a zappy little nappy. He squeezes the contents through the cut rails. What a very crappy little chappy. Lately I can even rest my toes on the horizon. I think my hands are just the job to rest my nothingness on. This is, I don't know what this is actually. It's just a tune, like a... I think I call this One for Steph. That's it, this is christened now, it's One for Steph. Yeah. Isn't it? Yeah, that's an idea, I'll play that. This is a song called Zengem, which, oh wait a minute, can I do it? Just hang on. You can see the crazy little boy sniffing. You can see the crazy little dog sniffing. Yeah. You can see the crazy little dog sniffing all the wet trees, following the noisy little boy sneaking up the high street. Flash past the grotty bed shops, everybody losing. Kill burn, still burn. Yeah, well, I don't think actually that I want to do that. I'll do another. Baby's hanging off his mummy's stocking tops, grubbing on knickers with his lollipops. And I'm a drum. No. This is another one anyway. This was started in Cuba, but I don't know where it got since then. I'm about to find out.
for God's sake. I've just suddenly realised where I am. Yes. Good evening. How are you? Nice to be here with you. Yeah, this is a. That's the way it goes. Stoned again. Yeah, I do get taken over by these fits now and again. That wasn't on the list of songs at all. I don't know where it came from, but it came from ages back. This is one I wrote a short time ago, which has only got, again, it's a song with one verse. It's a song I wrote for my brother who had a great time with when I was younger. He was always at my heel, Dave. He was like a dog, really. He was great, though. He did all the fighting. Davey, with seashells on our ears, we spun a web up. Davey, oh Davey, with seashells on our ears, we spun a web of voices, we danced a day of years. Yesterday marooned us, making for today. We stood a long time's tide line as he washed us both away. I'll explain this to you now because I have to now, because I have to. You see, with the last record, it was McGoohan's Blues was made as a, like I went in there and I couldn't do it twice. I wasn't going to do it twice anyway. It would be silly to, would have been completely stupid to have attempted it twice. And so that was the way that it came out, the way that it is on the record. I'm sorry to have to say all this, but it's necessary now, because to explain. what I need this tape on here for now. And the rest of the record had to be made round that. It had to be so that it had to be made so that it wasn't out of place with the main statement on the record, which was McGoohan's Blues. And I wasn't going to make any song put any song over and above it in a pop context. I mean, we could really have done She's the One Up. We could have really done it up in a real pop context and really made it into a song that all the George Martin said, kind of get her, arrange that with some doll singing, it would be okay, you know, and for a few thousand. And the rest of the record, as I say, was made around that. And of course I knew that the record wasn't going to sell. I'm very surprised with the numbers that it has sold. But I had to put it round McGoohan's Blues, and I didn't care who said what, about what, or how commercial it was tried to be put out. It had to be made that way. And I have a similar problem with this next record, because there's this song on it, this particular song, which I won't name yet. I'm sure you know which one it is. But it had to be recorded live with what I said before it on the record and what I say after it on the record. Because to have put it on the record as a bare song would have been a very bad move, because you would miss the whole atmosphere of what I'm trying to say with it and what it is meant to be saying. So far as anybody can be meant to be saying anything with anything. You know what I mean. Anyway, what I was going to say is that this is a song that I wrote probably as a slightly desperate move. I don't know. I thought it was necessary at the time. I thought it was necessary for somebody to say it to the Ian Pace and, you know, that mob, the white men. What I was going to say as an illustration is that you can always tell the difference between a rich country and a poor country, because in the poor country the people get together with the dogs and the sun and the kids and the dirt and the shit, you know, in the village square or wherever it is, and sit and listen to the music, and the music reaches strange and glorious and very fast full heights, and the people all dig it, and even the kids dig it, and it's a great scene, and even the dogs dig it, and the whole sky digs it, and infinity, man, you know, Christ. You know, and everybody sort of collapses afterwards in a fit of satisfaction. You know, but in a rich country it's different. They all pay to see somebody who is stuck onto a stage, and the whole ugly commercial act of Christ, you know what it is, goes on in front of you. And not only that, you pay to see it. And not only that, but most of the time in a rich country you can't hear yourself for the people talking around you. That's where they're all you're on the record, man, striking a match. That's where they're all that's where they're all bending over each other to
tell each other how good you are, or how bad you are, or how sloppy they thought you were tonight, or he wasn't together at all tonight, was he? Or I don't dig his scene at all, or I can't get into him at all. Or, anyway, this is a song for the. Well, there's no need to name them. There's absolutely no need to name them. They are who they think they are. Far across the ocean, in the land of look and see, there once was a time for you and me, where the winds blow freely and the easy seas flow still, and where the barefoot dream of life can laugh and cry its fill, where slot machine confusion and the plastic universe are objects of amusement in the fiction of their curse, and where the crazy white man and his tear gas happiness lie dead and long since buried by his own fantastic mess. For I hate the white man and his plastic excuse. Oh, I hate the white man and the man who turned him loose. And the rains of colored thunder of the stallion of the dawn ride the cold fire morning on the beach where all is born, where the emperor of meaning is burning up his paper fort and sits to warm his toes around a fire made up of useless thoughts, paper thoughts. And when the children tempt him with the riddles of their trance, he flings the flames of solstice, casting laughs into their dance. And where the crazy white man in the desert of his bones lies as bleached as the paradise he likes to think he owns. For I hate the white man and his plastic excuse. Oh, I hate the white man and the man who turned him loose. And far across the reaches of the drifting yellow sands, the living carpet wilderness forever joins its hands. with the heavens, hell's attainment, in a surging crest of fire, where more than all is thrown upon the everlasting pyre. And through the countless canticles of Jason's now charcoal fleece are sung the songs of nothing in the timeless masterpiece. And there stood in the middle, guess who? Is the everlasting bust, built by God's very own white man, as he tries to rule the dust. And I hate the white man in his doctrinaire refuse. Oh, I hate the white man and the man who turned him loose. And the bowels of his city have been locked conveniently into a convenient safe, where the spew stains on the sidewalks are defenders of his faith, while back inside his kitchen, the bowler-hatted, long-haired saint cleans with soap and water, but it's really just white paint, while his gorgon-headed scandal sheet presents its daily bite to give the righteous news believers drugs to keep them white, while outside in the whitewash, where the guns are always, always, always right, the shooting star has summoned death, stalking jail from his night. And I hate the white man in his evergreen excuse. Oh, I hate the white man and the man who turned him loose, and the man who turned you all loose.
Thank you, folks. Thanks. Great, thanks. It's I've just written a song actually that came into my mind as I was singing that about lots of things, but mainly about a guy that they never forgave, and they don't really know what happened to him. His name was Iscariot. I mean, they don't really know what did happen, did they? But for 1930 odd years, they never forgave him. I've written a song about that, actually. Thanks. Because I thought it was going to be the last song. You know, I thought that I was going to retire and go away. But I keep coming back, you know. It's called Goodbye. Start that again because all the sounds that are going on are... Never mind, I'm going to try and get this together again now. Oh. Your conscience rolls in torrents down each side of your face. Your chair is full of silence, your hand is full of lace. You say that you should have been by him when the bullets laid his head. Strange, it's always the living who fear the idea of the dead. As you sit and wonder why and you who stood around us and said that we were great until your instant riches made us second rate. Well, you're the same old hangman who talks of love and hope, who rationalizes hope. Yeah, I just written a new line. Whose left hand pats my children, whose right hand holds a case full of rope. As you sit and wonder why he wears the sweeping landscape in the crystal of his eye. Jumps into the rain pools as the people pass him by. He rubs the dusty ages across his tender brow. He laughs and cries and sniffs and sighs. It's 4 long summers now.
you sit and wonder why. She walks through the meadows. She wanders through the meadows. She throws her golden shadows. She wanders through the meadows in the dandelion days. She throws her golden shadows across the silver haze. She wanders with the swallows in the noonday passion plays. She sits beneath the willows and she waits for me in twilight to come our ways. Take my leave of all of you as you stand and wonder why. Where's this land we're looking for? Said Moses from the hill. I do believe it's underneath your feet, said a voice within the realm. She went to bed an hour ago. I'd just been and had a look. She's sleeping with the children in love's long picture book. We made our peace with all of you as you sat and wondered why. We made our peace with all of you as we sat and wondered why.
he's forbidden people to eat the fruit, which is a bad scene because it means that he's claimed them as possessions. And I thought you weren't supposed to have possessions, man. Hey, thanks, Pete. Oh, it wasn't you. Sorry, man. But on the other hand, there's a kids' game called Tom Tiddler's Ground. And Tom Tiddler's Ground means no man's land. But it does actually mean no man's land. It doesn't belong to anyone and no one's fighting over it.
I thought you had passed, but you know you caught me at last. Well, you know I could never be one. And now that you're here, and you're finally here, it's so clear on the wings of the dawn. Where your smile starts to shine as you breathe in the brine of the spray of the very same day. The same day we all go, when we're absolutely sure that we know what it is to be floating away. And there's a love nest in Tom Tiddler's ground. Oh, there's a love nest in Tom Tiddler's ground. Oh, there's a love nest in Tom Tiddler's ground. Long before Eden was lost and found. But you know you'll have to be kind if you're ever gonna find the place that your face could have shown. Especially when you don't dare to force anyone there to share in the ice that is being thrown. And there's a love nest in Tom Tiddler's ground. Oh, there's a love nest in Tom Tiddler's ground. Oh, there's a love nest in Tom Tiddler's ground. Long before Eden was a lost and found. And you heard me say yes, but you know it's a guess, 'cause you heard someone else who shouted no. But you know freedom is free of all the forces that be, and the ice that that you two thought that you should throw. And there's love nests in Tom Tiddler's grass.